Time for the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa, here we go, we're finally online. Good evening everybody and welcome to another Streamstructor. I actually can genuinely say this time it's not all me that's the technical issues today. YouTube wasn't playing ball either, which doesn't help, but there we are. But hello everybody, welcome to another Streamstructor, and I said it right. I've been editing over the Quizstructor we did for the Generation game, and I messed up there with the intro at one point, so that's going to be fun to see that today. I have with me today Arthur. only at the moment. Fraser may join us later, but he's presently not with us. Hello, Arthur.
Hello, interwebs.
And how's your month been so far?
Quarantine, lockdown, retail work. I've been living the life.
The usual then. The usual. Yeah, fair enough.
We're surviving still, so how about yourself?
Yeah, it's been a pretty, 3 out of the 4 weeks were normal situation for me. The fourth week I was off for a week, so I ended up editing and got myself what is now 7 weeks ahead. So I'm fighting to get the Quizstructor for the end of April finished, and oh my goodness, I need a new machine. I really do. Technical issues are happening on that as well now. It's terrible. But apart from that, no, it's been quite a quiet month for me as well, to be fair. But the weather is turning nicer. The nights are getting longer. The days are getting longer. I'll be able to clear my head for longer without feeling like I'm in the middle of walking into darkness somewhere. So it'll be good. It'll be good to get that. If you don't know, I do monthly walk. I do week walks every day to different places. So, within the area, but it would be nice to have an expanded area if the lockdown restrictions ease a bit next month. Although I'm kind of doubting it just a little bit.
Yeah,
and it's and it's not because Nicola's about to turn around and be booted as First Minister or any of that, which I don't know. I don't understand that whole situation. It was really annoying. Hopefully it doesn't delay stuff. But then again, we are talking about the UK government here, down in England, so they're not going to help the Scottish government at all, if any.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it's a little annoying, especially when they turn around and say, "Oh, hello NHS, well done for last year. You only get 1%. What the hell?"
Yeah.
You could have used some of that. You could have started the corporation tax early and paid for them that way. Why not do that? I know this is a controversial thing, but why not put an extra 1% on the basic rate of income tax? Something to help pay for them, or 1% on national insurance or whatever. Why do they only get 1%? It really sickens me when you hear that, you know.
It's you have to think that they have these things all planned out well in advance, but it's like pulling them out at the last second. It's like, oh, we have this all planned out, but no, we won't do it until the last second approaches, and then we can make ourselves look like the good people. Where, in fact, if you'd actually done it when you first thought of it, it'd be even more appreciated.
Yeah, it's just sickening. Oh, let's clap for the NHS. That's basically the only reward they're getting. It's just so depressing and I've got people who work in the NHS, I know, and they are sick to the back teeth of all this. They bust their bums, literally bust their bums on this.
Yeah.
Half of them have got ill. Some of them, not many of my friends, touch wood, but some of them have actually died of this, and they get a reward of 1%. It's just a slap in the face. It really is. But that wasn't the reason I was talking about it. I went into dark territory there, sorry. This is where Fraser comes and lights the mood. Let's just see who else is here. We have Robert. Robert is actually watching with us today, so hello, Robert. We missed you last month. I mean, it was only me, Fraser and Arthur actually watching the stream last month. We know that for certain. Well, Ant popped in at one point, but that was about it. So
yeah.
It was an interesting one.
It was a unique experience, should we say.
It was a little bit unique, yes. We had Jamie with us as well, and oh my goodness, I haven't put the actual proper title I wanted on last month's live stream for obvious reasons. But oh my goodness, going up a motorway was just the mild version of it. If you haven't seen it, you can do the usual. I should have that right by now. It'll be up there later on once the live stream. You can when the replay's there later, so you'll be able to see the live stream from last month and see how it got on. So yeah, you've had a okay month, have you? Apart from ins and outs, or how's it been for you?
You know, take each day as it comes, especially now.
I think we all have to do that.
Oh, aye. You have your good days, you have your bad days.
You do,
and then you just want to sleep away the day.
Well, I can't lie in at the moment. Not
No?
because I'm getting to the stage where my body just says, right, you're too old now, you can't sleep in for 2 hours longer. Up the stairs at the weekends. I mean, they're quiet enough, but the son up the stairs is very grumpy first thing in the morning, and you hear it.
Ooh,
Then he pisses off the dog, and the dog's barking away. It's usually the dog that wakes me up before he argues with his mum. But apart from that,
nasty.
but they're pleasant enough the rest of the day. It's just the first thing in the morning when he's been grumpy so and so doesn't help. So,
Yeah.
but
I had neighbours like that, so I know the feeling.
oh, the better the neighbours we had before. Believe me, like the ones up the stairs now are saints compared to them. And I may have to tolerate him for a little bit longer with all this lockdown stuff because obviously house hunting, as you may know, I'm looking for a new property. But I've decided, I still want to try and see if I can hit the resolution by the end of the year. But if I'm realistic about it, it probably won't be till this time next year before I'm actually seriously going to be able to make an offer somewhere. One, because the market's probably not going to be conducive to that till then. And two, I possibly won't be able to afford what they're looking for, even with this new 5% stuff. Normal service has now resumed. Yeah, normal service has resumed. I don't know what's that in relation to, Robert, but I'm sure we'll find out through the chat at some point because obviously I'm watching. I've got a control panel of the live stream here. That's 20 seconds behind. I'm actually watching the live stream on my phone, which is 12 seconds behind. God knows what you guys are getting. So I don't know how much time's out at the moment, and I know it's stuttering a little bit as well with the computer because it's doing its usual. So if you hear the fan, yep, it's doing its usual stuff. Don't worry about that. We know. Well, I know rather. Sorry, I'm busy gabbing away here. I suppose that's the purpose of it, isn't it? Yeah, I always feel like a lost leg when, lost a leg when Fraser's not here. He always props me up a little bit. But hey, we'll carry on. We'll have some fun as it is, and we've got the archives here as always. So yeah, we've got 3 videos today. We've got a vlog, which is a vlog I did in 2011. And basically I filmed a week in August. When I was off a week in August, I decided to film what I was doing that week in various locations. And it was around about the time that they were doing filming in George Square for a film that was ultimately rubbish. And it was at night and we had a look round, but you'll see that in the video as it comes round. 6 facts, Charles II, kind of related because the 6 facts this month is for Robert II, the first Stuart King of Scots. And obviously Charles II is a distant ancestor of him. Oh, because you're back, Robert, is that what it is? Yeah, well, normal service has been resumed then, absolutely. We just need Lynn and we're back to full mighty strength, yes. Were you going to say something else there for a minute? I will allow a swear if it's going to be something worse, but there we are.
Oh, man. That's full capacity was the word I was going for.
Oh right, okay. I thought you said. I honestly thought you said something else there for a second. I was getting worried for a second. I'm saying we had Jamie last month. I want to try and keep it clean if I can.
Well, you've got me. Don't worry, it'll be clean.
Yeah,
to a point.
I know it will be clean to a point. Absolutely. And then we've got Doctor Who review. There's a lot of press in the Doctor Who world at the moment about Christopher Eccleston returning in Big Finish. That's out in May. And as it happens to turn out, I'm at Christopher Eccleston in the reviews from a couple of years back. So it's The Empty Child and Doctor Dances is the Doctor Who review today on the live stream. Okay. I have got a couple other things here because I wasn't quite sure whether people would be able to make it today. So I do have a couple of things I can talk about outside. But we've got birthdays. I'm going to bring that back today and just see who we got. So birthdays, we have not many people really. 2 people I've just missed birthdays for. One I have said happy birthday to, the other one I haven't, so my apologies in advance. But happy birthday, Anthony. Your birthday was 3 days ago. And of course, Frey celebrated his birthday he never wanted to happen. For the age, that is, not for the birthday. On Tuesday, and I have given my happy returns to Fraser. He already knows it, and apparently that's why he's not going to be with us tonight, because he's travelling back from his celebrations he's had with his bubbling, as I like to call it, with his other half. So Yeah, if Fraser joins us at some point, great, but I'm not expecting it, so I'm sorry, guys. If you want to leave now, that's absolutely fine. I have no problem with that at all. Not you, Arthur, but anybody else watching, it's fine. But
Nah, you're right. Fraser is kind of like one of the keystones in a way.
yeah, I'm editing the Generation Game Quizstructor at the moment, and he turned around and said, "It's always becoming my channel at the end of the live stream." In some ways, he is. I'm not going to say otherwise. But we did Kidstructors last month. We did 3 Kidstructors last month. All of your choices. So they'll be interesting when they come out in June. So.
Oh, God, help me. They will be interesting.
Well, I made a snide comment, and I'll apologise in advance about the Generation game, where I basically turned around and said, if it's rubbish, blame Arthur, because that was your choice.
That's fine, but we had a good laugh at that one, actually.
We did. Yeah, it was quite fun. It's been 8 hours in process of getting all the visuals together. Now I'm actually doing the proper edit. So yeah, it's been fun, but it's been long. So I'm kind of glad the next 2 ones are a bit shorter, so it should cut up a bit more time. So I ideally should have been 8 weeks ahead, but because I'm still editing the Quizstructor, effectively means I'm 7 ahead. But it's still more than I was at the beginning of last month, so I can't blame myself for that. Other birthdays coming up. A couple of reenactment friends. I've got Claire, who is birthday's on the 12th. I'm not going to reveal ages because it's not very fair. I mean, I feel like an old man as it is. And then we got Nick. Nick's birthday's on the 28th of March. So happy birthday, everybody. And birthday wishes. And happy birthday, it's your birthday this month as well. And hopefully you get some fun out of it as well. Okay. Jabs. Yes. All this thing I talked about, but jabs going ahead in February. Oh, by July. All adults in the UK having jabs by July. Do you believe that? Is probably the question there.
I think it's well intentioned, but I don't think it'll be July.
No.
I think August is end of August, beginning of September is a more realistic term.
That's still my thought as well. Although my father got his first Pfizer jab 2 Mondays ago. So he's already in the he's over 65, so he's got it through that, not through his asthma. My mum's expecting an appointment anytime soon, so hopefully we'll get something for that and them 2 vaccinated. But I personally don't think I'll be getting the jab until, as you say, probably August, maybe September. I think it's more likely to be September, if I'm brutally honest. Not because I don't think it's well intentioned what they're saying about being all vaccinated by July, but you've got other countries coming on stream with their vaccinations. Supply is going to be stretched a little bit until it ramps up completely. So this is why I'm kind of cautious, you know. It's not that I don't think the government wouldn't want it till then, but it's cautious. If we can get all the stocks we need before July, great. But I don't know, especially when the EU's been playing funny men with Australia now. It doesn't look good, you know.
Oh yeah, I've never seen an article. Well, reading the headline anyway, and I'm like, how are they victimising? Or basically, they're picking on Australia now because they're siding with us, and we're like, huh? This is meant to benefit. This is a vaccine that's meant to benefit the world. Why are they trying to slow down its progression?
Because they're embarrassed because they've mucked up, basically.
Oh, yeah, no. But it's just like you'd think they would at least just hold up their hands and say something at least once. But of course, it's the EU, so what are we expecting?
Mm-hmm. Well, no, absolutely. We'll leave a comment down in the chat. Let me know when you expect the vaccine to be. One country I think probably won't have any issue at all is actually US. I think they've reversed their problems brilliantly over the past couple of weeks. And I believe what Biden says. I think they'll have everything ready in time. I don't think there'll be a problem there somehow. I think they'll have their jabs. It's just whether people will take them. That's the big thing. Will people take them? Do we have 5 or is it just 4? It looks like we've got 5 people on. I wonder who the 5th person is. Could it be Fraser? Could it be Lynn? Well, whoever it was, they're not interested. They've dropped off again. Robert's saying,
Okay.
I'll give the Scottish government its due. They're doing well with the vaccination programme, but also August, September is more realistic. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's possible with our age group. This is the three of us talking here. I think it's possible with our age group that we probably would get it maybe June, July, August. But I think for everybody to be vaccinated, yeah, we're talking September. I'll be on the side of caution of September myself. To be fair, I think definitely.
Indeed. And again, that's all based on people being able to get to an appointment when they're only open a Monday to Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Not open at the weekends, and only open at certain pre-arranged slots. I know that my mum had her letter in a few weeks ago, but due to her mobility issues, she's actually not able to leave the house, and I don't drive, so
Yeah.
when I called up to speak to the helpline, they were like, "Oh, right, let me just put you through to appointments, and they'll give you more." It's Fraser, hola!
Hola, yes. Come on, you know, can't stay long, but wanted to say hi. Well, hi, Fraser. Bye, Fraser. But no. Seriously, good to see you popped on. Hello. I know you're busy, so obviously, wish you well. Hopefully, we'll speak to you next month or at some point in the next few weeks when I do more recordings. Because I want to do more Zoom this month at some point. We'll chat about that afterwards, of course, mate. But yeah, you're talking about the jabs and that. Has your mum had hers?
No, hers was basically meant to be the Friday there, but due to her mobility issues and me not being able to drive, when I called up, they were like, "Right, what we'll do is we'll put you on the list, which will be either to get mobility help out to the house for my mum, which is basically like those little ambulance buses, and that'll take her out there, get the jab, bring her back, or we'll get a home visit arranged depending on which one's available and best suited for her conditions." But again, that means that we're on another list waiting to hear back from them. So as much as we were saying, everybody could be, this is an example of another person being delayed, and there's many more like my mom in similar situations where are going to be in a similar case, and they're having to wait longer to get the jabs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's August, September, definitely.
I think so. Yeah, we did mention earlier on, Fraser, just for your comment there, you're saying, geez, it's not the same without me, is it? No, it's not. You're like a leg missing when you're not here. It really is.
Yeah.
But there we are. So, yeah, Fraser's saying, why are they not offering to send people out to those with mobility issues to get the people the vaccinations? That's a good point.
So
I'm lucky enough. My centre, I can at push, I can walk to it. It's the other side of East Kilbride, but I can walk to it. But there's people like your mum who can't. So yeah, why are they not offering taxi services or things like that for that sort of thing? But it comes down to one thing that we were complaining about earlier on with the pay rises with the nurses. It's money.
Oh yeah, that's money. It. It's a case of they want to try and group them all into one lot, so they don't have to pay for the bus essentially to pick up only 2 folk. It'll pick up 12 folk in the day, and that'll be worth the money for them.
Yeah.
Again, it's possible that it might end up going to the district nurse. The vaccine might just be administered via that. Someone gets a district nurse every 2 to 3 weeks for blood samples, so it is possible they may coincide.
Yeah.
But again, they have to discuss that with my mum, and that means that they have to get in contact with my mum, which means they have to wait. She has to wait her turn on the list.
Yeah.
So it's all time consuming. That's all it is.
Yeah. Yeah, they know this is the only way out now, so they should be speeding along as safely as possible. And that's what Fraser's saying in regards to the jabs, which I agree, it is really the only way out to do this. And ideally, they need to get it done by September time anyway, because they've got to cover the fact there could be a spike in flu next winter as well.
Exactly, yeah. Because that's been the issue last year, was that there was a coinciding of flu and COVID, and that people were unable to distinguish certain symptoms between the two of them because they have similar effects.
Yeah, apparently it wasn't as high for flu this year as it had been previous years, because obviously the measures have actually helped that a little bit. But when we start breaking back into normal routine again, that's when it could kick in.
Yeah, so the rare site or isolation actually helped reduce both of them. But again, as you're saying, they're wanting the country to essentially reopen by the time like August essentially kicks around. So they need to have these events or pre-arranged and organised so that we can. And I've lost my train of thought. Awesome! I love it when that happens.
Yes, I know what you meant. I was slightly losing
Yeah.
my train of thought there as well. Fraser just sent a message to us, so I've just
Yeah,
on our private
that
chat.
popped up as well, and it kind of confused me there. So
It's weird seeing me on a telly. That's all I'm going to say. That picture. That's all I'm going to say. It's weird seeing me on a telly. But yeah, this whole mobility thing and getting everything working, get the vaccines up and running, and try and get it all done. It needs to be done for that time of year. It really does.
that's what it was because of the flu, because they want people back out again, which means that the flu will then be able to start its own little spread again and its own little spike. So they need to have everything sorted so that we don't get a collision of both of them again. There we go. Finally found my train of thought. It just kind of like choo-choo.
It meandered a little bit, yeah. So Fraser's not travelling. He's still with his other half, so that's interesting. So enjoy what you can catch with us. Obviously, if you can't catch us 100%, you know where to come later to watch it again, so don't worry about that. But yeah, the pay rise is a kick in the teeth. He said, don't get me started on the pay rise, and I agree, it's a kick in the teeth. It really is. For all the problems that we have, that's the one thing I would have expected to take the hit for financially to help those people, and it didn't happen. It's just annoying.
It's just, it's like they give them so much verbal appreciation, and they think this small little thing is going to be better for them because they're getting mentioned a lot more. No, just give them the cash.
Give them the wage they need and give them a reward for doing it. Absolutely. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Anyway, enough with the doer. Dower? I can't bloody say it.
The doer stuff?
The doer stuff, yeah. It's alright, I've got more funny stuff later on planned. Don't worry. This is we're kind of reversing it this week, I think, but this month, I think, because usually we start with hilarity and then go a bit more serious later on, but there we are. But yeah, that's your schedule there if you haven't seen it already, of course. You've got the vlog, 1 week in August, which I'm about to do. Then we've got Charles' first 6 facts. Then we have the Empty Child Doctor Dancer's Doctor Who review later on the stream. So let's get on with the first of our videos today. This one is, of course, for the vlog. Now, this is one of the last vlogs I did in my period of vlogging in 2011. Trying to try different formats. I fell out of the vlogging monthly by this point. It's 3 months after the last one, but it's got some interesting bits in it. So we'll see what everybody comments. But obviously, stay tuned. Here we go with vlog 17. Look at the flags.
Yeah.
Hello everyone. Welcome to vlog 17 of my vlogs. Stupid thing. Hold on a minute. It's saying there is no audio, but it's quite happily recording audio onto the system. So first time I've used the webcam mic to record a vlog. So this vlog really is a situation of, I'm going to try something slightly different. I am off my main work for a week, so what I'm going to do over this week is I'm just going to do a wee vlog a day. Posting the one video, but a wee vlog a day. So today's Monday, and it's Monday the 15th of August, and not much really to report. Today's been a quiet day. A rather quiet day. Tomorrow, we'll see. We'll see what happens. The key days for me are going to be Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. So those are going to be key days for me this week, and hopefully, It'll be a bit more fun.
What car? In a fire truck. Or ambulance, rather.
No, it's still goes to the fire department.
Emergency medical services, medic. Medic.
Okay, that's weird.
It looks ambulance-like. Ambulance-like.
Well, that's the 16th, it's Tuesday today. Today's been a bit more of a productive day. Kerry's due back on Friday for the weekend, so I'm just clearing some space so she can come back and utilise this room. It's a bit tidier. And it means me clearing out my wardrobe at last after about a year after the decoration's been done. Purely just because all the paperwork that was lying about had nowhere to go. But what I did do is, because now I've lost a bit of weight and that, there's a lot of clothes and that, I don't need any more lot of jackets and that, so I've got rid of them. But I have kept a few bits of stuff. This is one of them. That's about 15 years old now, that t-shirt. The joys of the Who shop. So that's one t-shirt. I'll just get the other one sorted. And there is the second one, the better one. A little bit stretched over time, but I still keep them. So at the end of the day, they are still Doctor Who based merchandise. And my favourite, something that I think most of us would keep, is, look at that, the old school blazer. I've got the tie as well. So they're all there. I still have them, still keep them. I think I could probably fit into that sweater, to be honest now. But yeah, and that's, you know, more my teenage years. This is, I know I said in my How to Chat Up Girls video that I had the shirt, the red shirt. There it is. And behind that is the one I use for podcast show stuff. But there is the red shirt in question. Not bad nick, and I think I could fit into it again now. Certainly couldn't. Certainly can't. Couldn't before, but I certainly could fit into it now. And basically, that's going to be my task over the next few days. I've got quiz disc to do the next day or so, so that'll be my next thing tomorrow. But there we are. There's part 2.
They've actually changed the lights, look.
Your name's Barry.
What?
I said Kelvin. Can you see it?
I know, but they've actually changed the lights.
Yeah.
They've actually covered the lights up. American lights. Look at all the trucks. Look at all the army trucks over there.
Oh wow, yeah.
Oh, it's a proper sign, look. It works and everything.
Why have they still got it still on? Isn't it?
I don't know, but look, they've got a telephone across here.
Yeah.
The road. They painted it.
Yeah, I know, I knew
And that's actually physically painted to the road. That's not carpet, that's painted to the road.
Isn't that there normally?
No.
Is there not usually lights here though?
Yes. They've just converted the lights. Look.
Oh, I can't. Doesn't work. But go and grab that.
No, they won't work. They are fake.
No, but is that not there normally?
There is a crossing there normally, yes. Look at that. Look at that, Kerry. That's just weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay. That is me working on the discs. That's your wee project there. These are the quiz discs I do every week for my friend Paul. And this is what I've been doing today. This has been my life today. It's Wednesday. It's the 17th of August. And the fruit of the slate will be tomorrow night when I'm in Edinburgh for my quiz night of the week. Or one of them. This is my main one. But I have a little thing here to show you. Just a bit of fun. See if you can guess the 5 TV themes I'm about to play you. Alright? Here we go. Well, did you get them? Bloody dribble of tea. Did you get them? Well, usually in the quiz, the people get played twice. So I'll allow you to play that little section of the video back again, but only once. Remember, only once. And see if you can get all 5. Leave a comment below. Tell me if you've got them all. And that's it. I'm not going to say much more today. These first few days have been relatively quiet and not much to say. But I'll sign off just now, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Well, same video, but I'll see you again tomorrow.
Look at the sign up there, look. The big sign up there, the route signs.
Oh wow, it's right up close. You can look at this. Can't see it.
Can now.
Oh, there's a bottle of Iron Brew. How did they get that in there?
No idea.
Does it lift up?
Probably somebody's
How did it get?
juice bottle.
Yeah, but how did it get in there?
You know. It's really cool, isn't it?
Well, it's Saturday. Didn't film anything on Thursday. Didn't get a chance to explain that yesterday, but I didn't film anything Thursday. I feel there's time more than anything else. Opportunities didn't arise. It would have been nice to film something in the Braidburn where I was doing the quiz, but it didn't happen. Did film something yesterday, which I'm about to show you. But today has been fairly dull, Saturday. But tomorrow is Who Meeting Day, so hopefully there's something a bit more interesting there. But Friday, yesterday, picked up my sister. And we decided she wanted to get something to eat. So we decided to go through George Square, where they are setting up George Square like an American street. For a film that Brad Pitt's filming on Sunday, and this Sunday, and the following Sunday. So we got a few recordings on the phone camera, so that'll be quite fun to have a look at. So here they are, and I'll see you on the Sunday part of the vlog.
Look, freeway entrance, look. Does look strange. Not honey wagons and that about, but, well, toilet cubicle.
I'm guessing that's
Sorry? That's a normal ambulance.
I bet it's something on the side.
Yeah.
Is that our ambulance?
I think it's got the right... yeah. It's a British ambulance. British car, anyway.
I know, but it's probably...
I think it's St John's ambulance, that's possibly what it is.
Weird. Can you see him as well?
Yep, there we are, look.
Maybe we should start looking for it.
Yeah, sorry. Look at this. Don't know if that's... Oh, that's British. Sorry. Just looks so good. John F. Kennedy Boulevard. When you got the Strathclyde Union in the background.
I know.
brings you back home, doesn't it? I know, but you can walk across anyway.
Weird.
No standing at any time. Hello, we're tourists.
No,
I wonder,
it's an
have
American
they just
flag.
painted them? Yeah, they've just painted it. It's actually our traffic lights, they've just painted it. That's what it looks like. It looks like our traffic lights, we've just painted it. Oh, no, that's one of the fake ones. You can see that there.
What do you mean?
No, that's standing on it, look. It's fake.
Oh.
Oh, look at that. Walk, don't walk. Brilliant.
Where's the walk? I want to see the walk sign.
Want to see the walk. Want to see the walk. Want to see the walk. Proper car. Look at that. Proper car. Proper New Jersey number plate as well. Last day of the week for me was filming. Sunday, 21st of August. And I'm about to finish up my week. Something I'm looking forward to all week. Through meeting at the newly refurbished Custom House. Doesn't look that nice, does it? But it's still in the throes of being refurbished. As it is, we're open under this scaffolding. You can see already the lighting and that is inside the car. Let's have a look. Still smells of paint. That's 2 days later, it smells of paint. Now, where are the crew? Oh, they're in the corner. No cubby holes. Hello.
The new and sensational.
Yeah, I know. It is looking better, this place now, anyway.
Somebody.
All these nice new elements, and then, oh. Yes.
It is quite nice. You never say it to my face. I mean, no, it is alright. Well, I do apparently it's quite dark.
Yeah.
Time will only tell if these big oblongy things are.
Oh wow, okay. That brought a bit back a few more memories than I was expecting, to be fair. But yeah, vlog 17. Few of you made comments while we're doing that. Yeah, no, it's just finished. I know you can see it's fine. Are you there, Arthur?
Yep, that's me. It's just finished now on my side.
All right, okay. Well, we figured out you were about 5 seconds behind everybody else when we were doing the Deanstructor stuff, so it's fine. But
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, Fraser's saying, I remember people coming off the train at Queen Street and being very confused when they walked into the American set.
I'd love to see their faces.
And Robert asked, was that for World War Z? It was. It was for World War Z. There's YouTube footage across that time of the helicopter flying over George Square as well, I've noticed. But I kind of wish I had the phone I have now at that point, because it would have been better lighting conditions. Well, it would have captured more light in the camera than the one I had. But it's still nice to see what I could see. You know, brings back memories. And Robert also says, I was really frustrated as my bus into work had to be diverted, always made me late. Well, they kind of got away with that a couple of years later, didn't they? Because they diverted the buses out completely away from George Square, most of them, so it didn't make much difference. But at the time, yeah, I know where you're coming from. Do you remember the set? Were you in Glasgow at any point while they were doing that at all?
2011, I think. No. I think what I was doing in 2011. It was 10 years ago, Arthur, so I would have been 24. No, I would have been literally at home all the time. Well, hometown. So I never really left Ayr much to Glasgow with that. I did a wee blur of going to Glasgow between like 18 and 21. And then I kind of like just focused on work for a while.
Yeah.
And then obviously went back to conventions and that afterwards. And it's been that way ever since. But no, I missed out on all the fun of seeing Glasgow set up like America. Because they quite often use Glasgow for American scenes, don't they?
They do. They had Fast and Furious there in Glasgow a couple of years later. Then they've been that series that's filming at the moment. They filmed in Merchant City for a few weeks.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing an article about that.
No Mean Place, I think it's called, isn't it? I can't remember, but but that's standing in for Edinburgh. Parts of St Leonard's and East Kilbride standing in for Edinburgh last year when they were filming the first series. Interestingly enough.
I think the new Batman that's coming out had a scene filmed in Glasgow.
Yeah, the Necropolis, wasn't it?
Yeah. I'll be interested. It's not even out yet, so I'll be interested to see when that one comes out. But yeah, it was seeing you with long, luscious locks of hair.
Well, more hair in the forehead, yes. And I was watching, it makes it even more apparent how much my hair has receded in the past couple of years with the review you see later as well. So I'm not exactly happy about watching all this stuff back at the moment for that respect. But apart from that, it's okay. I think when you're not having haircuts for such long periods in between, it does exacerbate it a bit more when it starts to get to this length. But that's why I've kind of compensated with a number 1 on the beard today, just to make me feel like I actually can control something. So, I probably would have shaved it off properly by now, but I have oily cysts on the head. I've probably mentioned before, and I look like lumpy head if I had it completely shaved. So I have to have some sort of coverage until I can get something sorted. And I certainly won't be getting these cysts removed on the NHS anytime soon. So I'll just have to hold out a little bit. And have an old man style for a little bit longer, because there's not much I can do about that.
Old man style.
Yeah.
That sounds old. All my dad went was number 1. There we go. Happy. There's a little bit of stubble still there. Can't see anything else. Sorted.
So how many combs have you gone through now? Because your hair's unruly at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah. I actually think I need to get a new brush because it's got to a point where I've had to move on to a brush than a comb. And the comb tends to use for the beard now,
right?
And then the brush for the hair. But the brush I was using was just an old one that I had in an old sealed toiletry bag. So it was already quite not old, but it was probably one I hadn't used for a while. And then obviously it started scratching my head, and I looked at it and I'm like, oh, the wee plastic protector bits on the ends are missing. I'm like, yay!
So basically, you'll be literally scratching your head with the brush, yeah.
Yes, rather than combing and scratching my head at the same time.
Yeah, I feel your pain regarding the hair. Yeah, Robert, I know we're all follically challenged apart from Arthur and Fraser. Damn you boys! Damn you boys!
Yeah.
Fraser making comments. Oh, I got number 4 the other day and it looked nice. Bugger off! I can't get number 4. It looks like I'm an old man. But. When can we get our haircuts again? Says Fraser.
I think it's meant to be April when everything opens back up, isn't it?
It depends how strict the levels are. I have no doubt whatsoever that South Lanarkshire will be in level 4. So whether they allow hairdressers and that to open up at that point, or whether don't be till level 3, I don't know. But I have a funny feeling they'll be more strict in the levels. So any plans
yeah.
I have of exploring outside of South Lanarkshire are kind of non-existent for the next 3 months, I think.
So, black market hairdressers will be popping up all over the place then.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. My sister's hair, who was included in that video there, it's the closest that Kerry's ever been on camera in my videos. One of these days, she will do a Kidstructor with me. I just haven't had the balls to actually ask her yet.
Right.
Not that I'm scared of her, but I just want to try and keep the family away from it, you know, a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, all these suggestions you guys come up for Kidstructors, and I'm going, nope, want that with Kerry. Nope, want that with Kerry. Nope, want that with Kerry. You know, but her hair is past her backside. It's halfway down her legs now. It's that blooming long. She made an excuse that she doesn't want to go to the hairdressers and sit there for 3 hours with a mask on. She doesn't feel that she enjoy that experience.
Yeah.
I think personally, she can't be bothered getting a haircut. Plus, I think her partner is actually quite likes it long as well. I don't think she minds it, to be fair.
Fair enough.
So
some people do prefer longer hair.
Well, she was quite short-haired and quite bob. She had bobs and that for a few years. She was long-haired until she finished school, and then she said, "Right, I'm getting it cut off." And she had it shoulder length for a time, and it went between a bob and shoulder length for quite a while. And then a couple of years ago, she grew it for a wedding and never cut it again.
Oh, she must have just enjoyed it being long then.
She says it's a bit of a pain at times, and I can understand that, considering I had long hair of about shoulder length when I was a teenager. I feel her pain. It was hard to maintain then. Certainly wouldn't do it now. I'm bad enough with the hair I've got. I don't want a rat's tail, thank you, but there we are. That's how bad it would get. But yeah, no, it was interesting seeing that one. I'm waiting for the content ID to match for the... Not booted me yet, so we're still live, so I know we're okay.
Yeah. So it was literally 2 minutes of Thunderbirds and we were off there.
Yes, which is why Kidstructors haven't appeared ever since, because I just don't want to take that risk, because obviously Kidstructors are kind of based on that. And you can't see Thunderbirds anymore on the Kidstructors. It's a bit strange. It's a bit disappointing as well. Speaking of Kidstructors, while we're on that subject, as you may be aware, if you've watched the Rainbow, there is a Patreon-only version of Rainbow, the X-rated version that we reacted to, extra. If you want to join in with that, you can go to patreon.com/Deanstructor until the 14th of March, and for $1 only, you get a chance to see it as an extra video. It goes up to tier 3 video, which is $5 a month from 14th onwards. But if you want a chance to have a look, go to patreon.com/Deanstructor. $1 is the minimum you need, and you'll be able to see that video, and you can have a comment on there. It won't be on YouTube. I tried to upload it on YouTube for private viewing. YouTube doesn't like having that video up on YouTube, even though I downloaded it from YouTube. It doesn't like the new people uploading it, so I've had to go through Vimeo. So it is specially going to be Patreon. It's never going to be in YouTube because they won't allow it, which is a bit of a pain.
Ah, boo YouTube, boo!
Boo hiss, but there we go. That's what Content ID happens. Speaking of YouTube, though, this has been a good month. As you may have seen on the Facebook, 250 subscribers has reached on the 12th of February, which I'm really happy about. It's quite funny how that's worked, because it was February 2019. February 2018, I hit 100 subscribers total. The second week in February. The second week in February in 2019, I reached 150 subscribers. The outlier was last year because we hit the 200 on the live stream in June, and this year it's 250. Second week in February. It's weird. It's weird how that's working. Strange. But yeah. Sorry?
Chris, it's almost been a year that I've been helping, kind of coming on these things.
Oh, thanks for the polite word. Thanks for the word helping there. It sounded like maybe you were roped in there for a second, but there we are.
Shut up! Full rag. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean. Well, sorry, I have to have a bit of inner phrase here, because he would have made a comment at some point otherwise.
Yeah,
so there we are.
Yeah, you're right. He would have made a jab at me for saying it that way as well.
Yes, he would. So I had to get in a Fraser in there somewhere. I know he's still watching. I think he's still watching, so we might get a comment in the comments in about 5 seconds time. But there we are. So yeah,
No, yeah.
so that was the last. Sorry, go on.
No, literally I said I'll stop talking and let you go.
So literally, this is what happens. No control. I'm the worst host ever. I really am. No, I'm not. But no, ultimately, woo, well done. Thank you, Robert, for the 250 subscribers. Yep. Fraser is busy making dinner. Right.
Hey, Max.
Okay.
Max.
Hi, Mags. Mads, not Mags.
Mads. Not Max. Mads. Apologies.
Saki comments to come later. Good. I'm looking forward to them. Anyway, oh, what was my train of thought there? I've lost my train of thought all of a sudden. Oh dear. That's not very good for a live stream, is it? Yeah, no, that's right, the vlogs. This was the last of the kind of this is what I'm doing vlogs I had for 5 years. The next one is explanation about how the Deanstructor name came about. The one after that is kind of Rintu, David, Cherry and I went and watched one of the Star Wars films in HD at Rintu's when the Blu-rays first came out, and there was a bit of reaction about that and chat about that, so it's quite a quiet one. And then I don't record for a year and a half, and then I don't upload for 5 years. So yeah, we're getting to the stage where the formats that you know and love are starting to kick in a bit. So in the next few months, you'll start seeing stuff that's maybe a bit more recent. So we're getting there eventually. Let's have a look. Mad says I'm doing excellent housewifing and I can stay.
Right.
I don't.
No. Don't
No.
keep our Fraser. We need him.
Well, put it this way: if you stay much longer, Jamie will be sending the bunnies by mail order.
Special delivery by Hermes.
I'll never do it by Hermes. Never do it by. It's Hermes. It's the horrible one, isn't it? It's the one that's terrible.
Well, between Hermes and Yodel, let's say.
Yoda's not too bad. You'd make a good housewife, Frey, says Robert. Yes, I don't know about that. I've never thought him as a domestic god.
That's a good point.
A writing
He's always
god.
been that.
Yeah.
It's always been that way where it's like, not a bad way, but he's had that kind of almost, I don't know. I don't know how to word it properly without slagging him, so I'm not going to say it.
Sorry, I'll save up for next month. It's fine. Say it now. Go on.
Yeah.
Go on. Go on.
What's it?
Go on. Go on. Go on.
He just seems more like a lazy slob. And not a wifey style. I could just imagine him ordering a takeaway just to sit there and watch on his iMac because he's an Apple fanboy. His movies on Netflix. And then just throw the takeaway cart away rather than actually making something in the house proper.
Well, he must have done something right because Fraser said that he's lost a bit of weight, so he must have been doing something right. He must be cooking his own meals.
Okay, no, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
he's
I know
probably a lot more now since he's downsized.
Mm-hmm.
He went to that wee one bedroom, open plan kitchen living room, didn't he?
He has. I don't know how the housing situation is with Wales as it's going. I know he's still looking to get down to Wales. How quickly he gets down to Wales is a different matter. I think the relationship with Mads is getting to a stage where, he can still do it, but I don't know whether he wants to.
Yeah, he wants to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mads says that I'm in training. You're in training. You're a household god in training. Right, okay.
That makes more sense. He needs a lot of training. No, Matt, listen to us. He may slack off, and by may I mean will. You have to watch him with an eye of the ego. Whip him if you need to. Train him good. Because when he comes back up here, we're just going to train him more so that he's perfect for when he goes back down to see you again. See?
Right, okay. Jamie, if you catch this, that's your task until we can get out of lockdown, mate. But apart from that...
Exactly, yeah.
As soon as I can get back to Glasgow, yeah, you'll get thrown into shape a little bit. Yeah. Mad says she's seen worse and I don't fall under that category of lazy slob. No, you don't, Fraser. That's just Arthur being normal in his comments
That-
to you off camera. So it's good to hear them on camera. I knew there was a spine there that you weren't willing to show before. You know.
Fine. Fraser's a lazy slob. No, Fraser's not as bad as I've known a few lazy slobs in my past, and Fraser is nothing like them.
He says he's still hunting for whales. I'm assuming that's what hunting means, not anything else. Not a clean version of something for you. I think he actually means house hunting. We'll see. But
I'm assuming it means house hunting, yeah, in regards to the open plan living room kitchen takeaway things.
It's difficult at the moment to find anything. To be fair, until we can be a bit more freer, it's going to be more difficult to find somewhere. Which is part of the reason I'm holding back myself to get my own place. The financial side, obviously, it helps, and we might. I mean, if the 5% deposit thing that the government's put in the budget is available, the banks will guarantee 5%, and it carries on for a period of time. Yeah, I could probably do it now, but I'd rather hold off until there's something I like 100% or 99.9%, because there's something out there I could go now. Don't see the point.
Yeah.
Because it's not. I don't know the flaws and ins and outs. I need to do is exploring a bit as well. So, but it's exciting times in that respect. But yeah, no. Good luck with the hunting. Hopefully, the hunting gives you something rather soon. Because I think it will be good for you to have a change of scene. Not that you don't enjoy your friends up in Glasgow. That sounded horrible.
Because of the way the last year and a bit's been, we've not had the chance to see each other in a physical sense. And it's humans as a species are a social species. We like interacting with others, even though we're not.
Oh, you're in trouble, Arthur. There's a comment saying, "This is Madeline. Fraser is not a slob by any stretch of the imagination. I have seen far worse!" Explanation mark. She's actually said her full name there as well, which means you're in trouble, mate. But there we are.
We should mention I am just slagging him off. I don't actually mean any of it. Because when we come off of these chats, we normally chat for like another hour and we just take the rip out of each other.
That's true.
And because he's not here, I'm kind of just venting because I miss him. Please come back. Just come back to the chat.
He's obviously making dinner. He's doing his house training at the moment, so that's fine. Robert's saying he's not hunting for wabbits then.
Hunting for wabbits?
Yeah, well, the one thing I can guarantee is Fraser's definitely not an Elmer. That's for sure.
No.
Yeah. He's looking for a place in Wales still, so he can't cook properly in that kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
However, I'm on Slimming World and I've gained X amount of pounds since he arrived. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It just means he's if he's gained, it means that he was missing it.
Yeah, but she's on Slimming World and she's gained a few pounds since he's been there.
Oh, that's what I mean. Sorry. Apologies, I misread that.
Yeah.
Fraser, you've been a bad boy then.
It's been
You've been sneaking in fast food, haven't you?
Possibly. I don't know. About this time we have the ice cream talk, and we're not getting the ice cream talk this month.
Fraser, you probably can hear us at least. What ice creams are available on your local delivery service today?
She gonna get you. Oh, I bet she will.
Apologies.
Oh.
That's bad.
I'm gonna put that one up. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put that one up. I think that's worth it. It's got a review on it, but I'm just gonna put it up anyway. There we are. Yeah, I'm assuming that is his opinion of Mad's concern about her weight gain since Fraser's been here.
I was gonna say, I don't think Fraser would say something mean to me like that, especially on the public chat.
I was about to say, he's gone a bit too far if he's in the public chat, but no. No, he's hunting for rarebit. Oh, that's cheesy, Fraser. That's cheesy. Oh, my God.
Oh, Lord, right, yeah. I've just seen the message pop up now.
Yeah.
Fraser.
Right, that message I wish I could hold for review. I don't want to say that one on the chat, thank you very much, but there we are. Behave yourself.
Oh, Fraser! Right. Even in the chat, he brings his little bit of his humour to the.
He
to
does,
the show.
but it's kind of like, I'm sorry, you guys have to look at the chat for that one. I'm not saying it, and don't you dare,
Don't.
Arthur.
Oh, I'm not. Because if either of us say it, Mads will be really mad at us.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's on you, mate. That's not me. But there we
Yep.
are.
I know I'm not on camera, but I physically pointed as if you're the one getting in trouble.
We'll give it a couple of months. You will be on camera, fingers crossed. But there we are.
True.
And you can point your fingers at the screen as much as you like. Okay. Running order. Yay. As you may be aware by now, I've mentioned it a couple of times, Six Facts is continuing. This month it is Robert II of Scotland that comes up. And that will be a week Wednesday. It comes up at 6 PM GMT. But now we have 6 Facts from Series 2 back in 2018, and it's 6 Facts on Charles II. Charles was fond of his pet toy spaniel, even being recorded as playing with the dog during council meetings. The breed grew in popularity as a result, and is now named after him, a King Charles Spaniel. When the Great Fire of London happened in 1666, Charles refused to leave the city. Instead, he and his brother James got involved in the firefighting and helped organise fire breaks, which involved pulling down some of the houses to stop the spread of the fire. The English public holiday at the end of May is apparently due to Charles. It was originally called Oak Apple Day, after the story that Charles hid in an oak tree to evade Oliver Cromwell's forces during the English Civil War. The holiday was on the 29th of May to commemorate not just Charles's own birthday, but the anniversary of the restoration of the monarchy. He was known as the Merry Monarch, as he was responsible for bringing back Christmas and reopening theatres. Both were banned under Oliver Cromwell. He was also nicknamed such a moniker due to his leisure pursuits, which included gambling and lots of mistresses. He apparently was a secret Catholic, and even had a pension from King Louis XIV of France, who he was related to through his mother, Henrietta Maria. He tried and failed twice for religious tolerance, with 2 declarations of indulgence, which Parliament rejected. It is claimed he converted to Catholicism on his deathbed. Charles died on the 6th of February 1685, after suffering an apoplectic fit 4 days earlier. It was suggested he was poisoned, but more recent evidence suggests it was due to kidney dysfunction. Next time on 6 Facts, it's Charles II's great-grandmother, Mary, Queen of Scots. And next month we go into, well, actually you can see the camera, there we are, that's the first technical issue of the day. And next month we go into what is now rapidly becoming the most popular 6 Facts video I've ever done, the Mary Queen of Scots. It's currently sitting at just under 1,700 views, and it was only sitting about 200 about this time last year, so it's shooting up. It's quite fun. Yes, I have to apologise to Fraser very profusely there. I thought it was you making the comment about working it off, but it was actually Madeline. My apologies for that. But there we are. So, yes, my apologies. I believe you, Mads. I believe it was you. But I didn't want to cause trouble or strife, literally. Although I'm not insinuating that's the next step, but why did I just say that? That's horrible. I'm
Ow.
Oh God. So yeah, 6 facts. Yeah, it's a good series so far. It's been hard to do some of the ones I've recorded so far, and I'm still kind of up in the air whether I'm going to be doing the 6 facts I plan to do in June, because the person that I wanted the 6 facts for is currently not having the best health situation, even though that person turns 100 in June. So I'm trying to not preempt it just yet. So it might not happen. It just depends what happens. If the poor fellow decides he's no longer with us by that time, I don't think it'd be very right to do anything that quickly. So I'm holding off just a little bit for that one. I think that's the biggest hint I've given. What?
I just knocked the can over. It's fine. Don't worry.
Oh, you knocked over a can opener. Well, are you in the kitchen, are you?
No, I knocked the can over.
Oh, I thought you said you knocked a can opener. And I'm saying, well, all this talk about cooking in the kitchen, Arthur's got hungry. You're actually making something instead of just sticking a Rustler's burger in the microwave. Is that what you did?
Well, don't start with that. There was a big discussion about Rustler burgers one night when I was having one.
Mm-hmm.
I think we were watching Ghostbusters 2. Was it Ghostbusters 1? Anyway, it was one of the Ghostbusters movies, and I had decided to have a Rustler burger, and then when the others all heard that, there was a sudden uproar of how can you eat that microwave? Beep! And I'm like, it tastes okay, and then the chat went nuclear at me for enjoying a Rustler burger.
I do admit, occasionally I will get one when I've got empties. I can't believe I'm still saying when I get empties at freaking 37, but there we are. There's not much I can do about it at the moment. But so yeah, when I have empties, sometimes I'll indulge maybe with that occasionally. I'll tend to have a takeout once a time, but God knows what's going to happen when I become a living on my own with that. Hopefully I get in a routine of actually cooking stuff off at the weekend so I can just warm it up after work, but we'll see.
That's the best way to try and keep on top of it, because I slowed out of it for a bit, and I'm finding it hard to go back into pre-prepping everything, having it all like frozen, defreezing, heating up, and ready to go.
Well, we got the 6 or 7 dishes that the family has regularly, but I know how to cook.
Good.
So, and I can cook it in big batches as well. So basically, I can cook it for 4, split it in 4. That's me done for the month. You know.
Yeah.
Rotation. So that's the idea, to maybe cook off a few of them. The some I'll have to cook as they are, because you can't store chops in a freezer once they're cooked. Not really nice.
Yeah.
So you have to cook some things live. But the things I'm looking forward to when I do finally work on my own is having roast lamb at the weekend, because we never had roast lamb because my father doesn't like it.
No, that's a shame.
So we have every other roast going. So we'll have there's a rotation of gammon, ham one week, then we'll have a chicken, then we'll have beef, which is my sister's favourite, then we'll have pork, which is my mother's favourite, but we don't have lamb. You know.
But rustlers are not bad, exactly. See, I'm not alone in that one.
Yes,
we're not in that one.
Please don't make my chat go nuclear on that conversation, please. Thank you very much. But there we are. But yeah, no. So we do have a roast every weekend. That's been a thing we've done for years. Although the one thing we don't do is we don't parboil the potatoes before we put them into roast. We roast them from raw.
Oh no, my mum's always kind of like boiled first and then roasted them.
Mm-hmm.
Gives them a bit more of a crunch at the end of it, because all the softness, crispy on the out.
That's why I think it'd be better doing it that way. But we've never done it that way. It's an interesting quirk. We also have another quirk with chili con carne. They say it's because it's taste, but I think it's because of budgetary concerns when they first start living together, when they first got married, because they were very they didn't have much money. So instead of buying kidney beans, which one were expensive, two were difficult to cook, especially with the technology you had in the early 80s for cookers, they substituted baked beans. Now they say it tastes better than kidney beans, but it's become a family trait having baked beans, a tin of baked beans. It helps with the sauce as well. So you just dump the whole tin in, you sorted.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. And you can it adds a bit of a tomato mix to it.
yeah. So there's different things here, but my sister complained at one point because my dad wasn't very adventurous at one point. Every meal had potatoes with it. I can see why.
Oh yeah, I was a bit like that myself.
All right, we've got an interesting thing. Right, we're gonna have chops today. Great, cool. What do we have with the veg? Peas and tatties. Well,
Yep.
right, we're gonna have sausages today. What do we have with the veg? Peas and tatties. Cool, right. Oh wow, we're gonna have liver today. Even though my sister never liked liver. What we're gonna have? Peas and tatties. It's like, oh, Jesus. You know, the only time you don't have that starch with it is when you're having pasta, or you're having chili con carne, mince. If it's just mince on its own, peas and tatties, it's kind of. There's more
Why?
vegetables than just frozen peas and potatoes, for goodness sake. Mum got ticked off at that one point. Variety, but he's the cook now, so he makes all these different meals, and he makes a brilliant salmon risotto. And various pasta things. So yeah, first world problems. Yes, Fraser, but we're having a nice conversation, or at least trying to.
Yes. Deciding what food to have for dinner.
Yeah.
Or what accompaniments.
Well, anything but rustlers is probably my comment there. But there we are. But
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Rustlers are just quick and easy food to do it. That's it.
they're not got much nutritional value, though. That's the thing.
No, but they fake your stomach into thinking they're full and you've eaten something. It's enough for me.
Give me lots of rice, and I'll be happy with that on a daily basis. I don't tend to have much rubbish afterwards once I've had rice. It's interesting.
That's a good point. Rice is a nice filler as well.
Mm-hmm. Now, here's a question for you, Arthur. Moving on, the last of my little segments today. When you've been watching TV in the past or present, is there anybody on TV that you'd actually like to punch?
Oh. It's not really. It's more like short skits on internet. But there's a YouTube channel called Viva La Dirt, and they do like a tech store skit. And there's one of the characters is Ron, and he plays the manager, and he is as incompetent as anything. And after I watched a couple of them, I really just wanted to right hook this character's face so hard because it's just so dumb and mean and stupid. And I'm like, oh my god, it's great. He plays it amazing because I've seen him in other things as well because they're doing multiple skits, but. Just playing this one character riles me up, and I did not think I'd get that riled up over a character.
Mm-hmm.
What about yourself? Anything like that on TV or such?
Well, there's one I'd like to punch, which is why I've held back on the Kidstructor a little bit. It's a kids' TV character, Pob. This gentleman, and you'll see that in about 10 seconds. Pob. Now the title. Now he's annoying. He's annoying for the rest of the episode. What he does and explores. But the bit that annoys me is the titles, and the bit when he comes up and he spits on the screen, and then writes his name on the screen to introduce the series, introduce the television program. You know, and it's just so annoying. There's other things. Yeah. There's other things that he does. I mean, the way he drinks water and his smarmy face that you just want to punch. And there's also the fact he's the worst thing ever to come out of Aberdeen. Oh no, hang on a minute. I think I'm out of the wrong person there. That's who I was talking about, but never mind. But you'll get that joke in a minute, but there we are. Is it coming up? Is it coming up? This delayed puppet.
Oh Lord.
And there's Michael Gove, you know, so you guys will see that in a minute, but because there's a bit of delay, but it's good, like, yeah. Of all seriousness, people that I want to punch would be Piers Morgan. He annoys me.
I can get that. I like how he stands up for certain things, but some of the things he stands up for are just stupid. And you're right, and that's the point where you just want to go up, tap him on the shoulder, have him turn around, and well up his jaw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just, the period when he was supporting what Trump was doing half the time in America really annoyed me. He realised very quickly maybe this isn't the best guy in the world, especially after the COVID situation, but he was really pally with Trump at one point. That annoyed me, and that's what wanted to punch him. What about you guys who are watching? Anybody you'd like to punch from TV, if you got the chance? Let me know. Of course, you can leave a comment down below at the replay as well, if you want. That's not a problem there. Oh my goodness. Right. I'm drinking too much fizzy juice at the moment. I think that's what it is. There we are.
Sounded like me.
Yeah, just a little bit. I'm actually pleased that the mic, the tie mic. I finally managed to get a tie mic that a lav mic that works, and it gives better sound, because I don't mind the headphones on, but the headset I have is a work headset and it's uncomfortable. So a couple of hours you don't want to wear it, so it's just trying to find comfort, but it's also trying to find a way that works for me with the sound quality as well. Which is my personal thing. I'm meandering a little bit here. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, Doctor Who reviews. We'll come to this in a minute. But so yeah, that's right. Doctor Who Next Time. There was a Doctor Who Next Time last month from the Happiness Patrol, and the idea is to try and do 5 videos a month on the channel and try and build up the viewership a little bit more. So I'll try and stick an extra video on a Wednesday some point. It might be the 6 facts like it is this month. It might be Doctor Who Next Time. But try and get 5 videos in on a 4-week month, and just try and build up again and build up some sort of momentum of that. So I think that's kind of worked, because I've kind of had quite a few more subscribers than normal joined since the 250 mark. So I'm quite happy with that.
The ginger man from Bargain Hunt.
Tim Wannick.
Pretty sure.
No, that's not the ginger man. That's the Tim Wannicott from Bargain Hunt. That's the one with the glasses and the tash.
Okay.
His colour-coded glasses and bow tie and waistcoat. He did it for years. That's Tim Wannicott.
Oh, right, okay.
If you want to go down that road, I actually would have wanted to punch David Dickinson over Tim Wannicott, to be fair.
Yeah, that's the orange one I'm thinking of, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I thought when he said Bargain Hunt, I'm like, yes, I remember, because he was so uppity, up of himself, thinking he was all that and more. And of course,
he worked at the time because that time that sort of character worked on television, but he does the real deal thing on ITV, and he's not as good.
No, I think because he's had a reality check that persona doesn't play well with the audiences now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But you only ever really see him in the real deal for small snippets as well. It's mostly the person, I don't know whether the bargain. It's not a bargain hunter. It's not an auctioneer. It's just one of their buyers, really, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, he says he doesn't like Tim Wannicott's bad puns. If you're talking about the Antiques Road Trip, Robert, I think that's more scripted. But I don't recall any bad puns really in Bargain Hunt. He was actually quite a good presenter for that. Although I believe he did leave Bargain Hunt because of a punch-up, ironically, which was fun. Oh, are you talking about Dickinson now? I don't know. This is the thing with chat. Sometimes you get a bit confused about what you're chatting about and who. But yeah. Yeah, back to Doctor Who and everything else. Raptormon made a response, a video response, which I haven't got ready tonight, using his My Little Pony, because he's reacted to My Little Pony. That's his big thing. And he gave me a video basically off my Next Time trailer about how he doesn't like the smiles. He did leave a comment on it about not liking the smiles, and Pinkie Pie saying she doesn't like the smiles. They're kind of fake. Which is true, because that's what the Happiness Patrol's all about, as you saw last month's review. So you do get comments like that still coming through, which really endeared me. And Then we get comments from people like yourself and Robert and Fraser. Yeah, you're talking about Tim, Robert. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I didn't know if you were talking about Tim or if you were talking about David Dickinson there for a minute. Oh, right, okay. Running order. Yeah, so Doctor Who review, The Empty Child, The Doctor Dances. It's part of the first series of reviews I did. And it's the only time that I actually did a plot synopsis. I didn't do it after that because it's just too. I just decided it'd be better just go straight into it in the new series ones. So it'll be interesting seeing this and seeing how it works. But here we are. We've got the last of our videos today. Deanstructor reviews Doctor Who, The Empty Child, The Doctor Dances. Hello everybody, welcome to another review. And I've just got one question for you. Are you my mummy? So this month, my review is going to be on The Empty Child, The Doctor Dances, which is the 9th and 10th episodes of Series 1 of Doctor Who, the return series, the renewed series, back in 2005, starring Christopher Eccleston as the Doctor, Rose Tyler is played by Billie Piper, and John Barrowman plays Captain Jack Harkness. This story is set in the 40s, and I have here a synopsis on my screen. I don't have it in the television companion because the television companion was only made for stories up to the TV movie in 1996. Go figure, it was printed in 1998, 7 years before this story came out. But I have a synopsis here, and I'm going to read through it, and then you guys can hear my thoughts. Here we go. Chasing a metallic object through the time vortex, the Ninth Doctor and his companion Rose Tyler arrive in London during the Blitz. While Rose meets Captain Jack Harkness, the dashing time agent responsible for bringing the object, the Doctor finds a group of homeless children terrorised by Jamie, an empty child wearing a gas mask, who is constantly questioning everybody, "Are you my mummy?" Nancy, who has taken on the role of looking after the children, is especially scared by the empty child. The child's plague is spreading through wartime London, and its zombie army is on the march. The Ninth Doctor and Rose form an alliance with intergalactic con man Jack, but find themselves trapped in the abandoned hospital. They head to the crash site of Jack's supposed space junk and discover that the ground zero for the mysterious plague. They find the cause is a virus from nanogenes, subatomic robots who have the power to heal injuries, and after finding Jamie seriously injured, they put him back together into the empty child that's been terrorising everyone. The Doctor recognises this after Nancy confirms she is Jamie's mummy. The nanogenes recognise the genetic code and heals Jamie back to life. The Doctor then patches an upgrade to the nanogenes to cure everyone else affected, triumphantly stating,
"Everybody lives, Rose. Just this once. Everybody lives!"
Now, this is the very first script that Stephen Moffat wrote for the series, and it uses some of the tropes that Stephen Moffat's become known for in his stories. There is a Deus Ex Machina in here, the nanogenes, little robots, so machinery does come and save the day, but it's done in such a heartfelt and such a well done way that you don't really notice it at all. Characterization, I can't say this tonight, characterization. We've got the Doctor, the Ninth Doctor. Christopher Eccleston is at the height of his powers here. He's brilliant as a Doctor throughout, very inquisitive, but also very concerned. He doesn't take quite a liking to Jack. He sees him as a con man and is not very pleased with him. Rose thinks that the Doctor needs to use a bit more tech. Jack comes along and does exactly that. The Rose kind of warms him initially, then finds out obviously his motives, and then says, maybe you're not all you're cracked up to be. But she is good here as well. Billie Piper's starting to warm to the role very well. I do like the performance here. It's not too over the top. It's not too chavvy. It's just right for the period, and she doesn't really get much screen time with Nancy, but when she does pair off, the chemistry is good between them. Oh, pardon me. And then we've got Captain Jack himself by John Barrowman. Now, the character's a little grating, a little smarmy, and a little full of himself, but that makes the charm of the character when you see that he's made a mistake, and he does feel guilty about it and wants to try and make amends, and obviously he ends up saving the day by stopping the bomb that was going to fall on the Tula warship, or Tula ambulance rather, and stop it from being destroyed. So he actually takes the bomb on board his hidden cloaked ship, which was hiding around Big Ben, and ends up going to be self-sacrificed, but the Doctor and Rose save him. The guest cast is fairly minimal. Richard Wilson does a very good turn as Dr. Constantine. He's very enjoyable, very staid, and works the part well. And then you've got Florence Hough, who's the main guest cast member of Nancy. Now, she plays a brilliant role here as the young mother who plays an older child, older teenager, looking after these homeless kids. And the fact that the child itself is her son chasing her all over the place is really creepy. Atmosphere. It's all shot at night. It works brilliantly. Obviously, with the filming around Cardiff, at various places, and around South Wales, at Barry Island for the train line, the abandoned railway station, and the hospital is Cardiff Royal Infirmary. So there's the various places around Cardiff they use, but they use to great effect because it's all in the dark. It's all mysterious, it's all spooky. The filming James Horse does when it comes to Jamie and the view from the child, that distorted warped view they have from the child is really cool. When you see it the other way and the child's coming towards them at one point, you see there's nothing behind it. That's a very great effect and very worthwhile. It still stands up now, 12 years later. The telekinesis bit, yeah, I understand where that's come from. And it's creepy for the phone scene at the police box, and it's also creepy for the radio and all the electric equipment that turns on that hears the child when it says "Mommy, Mommy, Mommy." That's very creepy, and that's the start of Stephen Moffat's trope of making things scary. And it was the first big scary hit for Doctor Who of the new series. And obviously Stephen Moffat's gone on to create many more scary monsters of various ilks, but that is one of the better ones. The acting between the actors is good. I mean, John Barrowman is great as Captain Jack and plays the part well. As I say, Billie Piper looks okay for what she's doing. She serves well enough in here. It's not the best of Spunky Rose, but it is, you can see why Rose is a likeable character. She's really toned down. She's not the very selfish person here. She really wants to care. As I say, I love the Doctor's characterization, but the way she plays off with Nancy, there's a scene when they've just checked out the alien spaceship where it's been guarded, and the Doctor then starts talking about his admiration of how the Brits stood up to Hitler in the Second World War, and that's a brilliant scene. I love that scene. It's a really touching scene, and it's really good to enjoy. I hadn't seen it in about 4 years, I think, until I reviewed it for this episode. And it rushes along at a good pace. You don't realise how quickly the story rushes along. But I did enjoy the pace of it. It works just as well. I love the bit at the end where the Doctor manages to get everybody to live again. But as you say, that seems to be a Stephen Moffat trope that comes a bit more often in the future. But obviously you'll see that in later reviews. And I do think that it stands up even 12 years later with the effects and the way it's done and the way it's filmed. And it's certainly classed and certainly well deserved as a classic of the recent revived series, and certainly tops polls or goes to the top of polls or close to the top of polls and is a favourite story of people across the whole Who fandom. And it's deservedly so. It really is quite an enjoyable story. Overall, I give this story 4 TARDISes out of 5. It's not quite 4.5. It could have, but I decided 4 out of 5 is probably worth it for this. And I would recommend watching it if you get the chance. Well, that's it. That's the review for The Empty Child, The Doctor Dances. I hope you enjoyed listening to this review. Don't forget to click on the links below in the description and at the end of the video for the playlist of all the Doctor Who reviews I've done so far and will do in the future. If you like what you see on the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, then click on the notifications bell as well, so you know when the new video comes up. Although it will be 4 o'clock every Sunday, 4 o'clock GMT every Sunday going forward. Next week is an odd week video, hoping to do a Kidstructor piece there, and I hope to see you then. Till then, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later. And there we are, review of The Empty Child, The Doctor Dances. So yeah, the first and only time you get a plot synopsis for a new series episode, and it's not a bad review overall, to be fair. I'm really considering having to review all the reviews I've done so far, and maybe rescore them a little, because I think I'm getting to the stage where I'm struggling to get a better idea of some of these. I want to put them higher, but I can't, because it's weird, it's odd. So yeah, are you my mummy, Arthur?
Are you my mommy? Oh, God, my voice broke there in a minute. Are you my mommy? I remember watching that episode and not being scared, but being on edge every time the kid come into the scene, or as you were saying, like the telekinesis with the radio and the phone and everything. That freaks me out a wee bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give Stephen Moffat his due. He knew how to build up suspense.
Yeah, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I think Stephen Moffat's good to have 1 or 2 episodes a year, not carry a whole series. I think that was some of the failings after Series 5. He didn't have the time or the energy to do all the episodes he needed to do as a showrunner. Exactly. I think Chris Chibnall's got a better balance with that now, if I'm honest, because he's not writing as many as Moffat was. So. Yeah, it's looking good there. Have you been hearing fireworks all day, Arthur?
I have, yes.
Yeah.
They're getting done here as well.
Yeah, just for posterity, Glasgow Rangers have won the Premiership for Scottish Football League, which is congratulations to them. They've done well to beat Celtic, because Celtic have done 9 in a row before that. The second 9 in a row, I believe, that they've done. So 9 seems to be like the bogey number. They can't get past that, because both Rangers and Celtic have that issue. However, I am not... the stuff I'm seeing on Facebook and seeing on social media and what I'm hearing is just nuts. It's absolutely nuts. We're in the middle of a lockdown, and there's so many idiots going out there. It's nuts. There was a fire in Battlefield Road yesterday by Langside College, because there was people setting off fireworks prematurely, and it burnt some of the brushland on the verge. And then I'm walking today, and I'm hearing fireworks going over the place. I'm going, what the hell is that all about? Why is there fireworks at 2:30 in the afternoon? And then I see the signs, and I see the flags, and I realise, oh, Rangers have won the league. Yep. Great, brilliant, well done. Yeah, throw your smoke bombs and have a couple of tinnies out in the garden. Great, but don't go in crowds, taking up police time through Glasgow, parading about and saying, "Yay, Rangers have won!" And those idiots at Ibrox yesterday. Sorry, don't get it. I don't get it at all. The Celtic fans got slammed for that last year when they did it. Rangers fans should get slammed for it this year when they did it. I don't know the full story, but it does seem a bit dismaying that this has happened. I get fireworks, but there's only so many fireworks you can stand before it gets annoying. Look at all the poor pets sitting in there, all these bangs and whistles and everything for hours. It's nuts. It's weird, and it's annoying. And Robert's been having the same as well, non-stop fireworks.
It's not just the Glasgow area, but it's a wider Glasgow area that's doing it all.
Yeah, West Central Scotland, in particular. Yep. Now, Robert's not far away from me. He's Hamilton Blantyre area, and I know the contingent can be a bit more towards Rangers around there, and so obviously there's a bit more celebrations in that. But It's kind of half and half in East Kilbride. I don't know what air's like, but
I think I heard fireworks from about 2 in the afternoon to about 5
mhm.
on and off. So a good 3 hours of it going on, and I'm like, because we've got Air United down here as well, which is kind of like not as big because it's more of a a second league team or whatever. You know, that just shows you how much I pay attention to football. But yeah, it's still Rangers, Celtic in this kind of area of Ayrshire as well.
Yeah, they do take up a lot of oxygen in the west of Scotland. That's for sure.
Oh, it's scary, but thankfully I haven't heard one in about an hour and a half now.
Funnily enough, I was hearing some while we were watching that review, so they're still doing it around here. And I'm round the corner from a big show, what they call the show park, and a lot of people go to the top of the hill in the show park and let off the fireworks, and that's what I was seeing earlier on as well. So it's a bit annoying.
What I'm curious is how the hell have they got all the fireworks when there is no religious festival or anything nearby to actually like stop them?
They saved them up. Probably got spares. Probably got spares that they saved up over the years and just used them for this.
That's a good point. Scary. I think I read in one of my chats that some of the Glasgow like off licenses actually made it to cash and carries to buy fireworks for this, and I'm thinking that's just insane. It's just it encourages people to go out more, and that's not what we're supposed to be doing right now.
Yeah, if this causes a spike, and we're delayed for a little bit longer, I'm not going to be pleased. I want to have a bit more social life than being stuck around walking around my basically estate to get my steps. I'd like to expand a little bit further than that if I can. Thank you very much. And you guys aren't helping, so there's a bit of a selfish element to it, but it's also them being selfish too.
Indeed.
Yeah. So yeah, that wasn't the best thing to talk about. Went on. I'm sorry, but
oh no, don't be daft.
But hey, it's been fun. Fraser's now having his meal, having something to eat, and probably a bit of exercise afterwards, and that's as far as I'm going to go. But because it's Mads that put the comment, not Fraser. But apart from that, how long has it been now? We're at the 1 hour 45 minutes. So yeah, we know Fraser's not here. We've lost an hour already, but there we are.
Yeah, turns out with that extra person chipping in or stealing the limelight, as I'll say. We kind of lose 15 minutes to each section roughly. Yeah,
we do, but that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, but still being able to hold the thing for almost 2 hours, that's not bad.
That's not bad. It's about the length you did when we first started, so I'm happy to have that, and thank you for your contribution as always, Arthur. So yeah, I think it is time to wrap it up just a little bit, because I want to try and wrap it up on a half decent note before we get a bit more depressed and bedraggled. But back to the grind tomorrow for me. Back to the grind for you on Tuesday, is it? Is that how your shifts work?
Wednesday for retail, Monday, Tuesday for care support for my mum.
No, that's not too bad then.
So kind of half days on a Monday, Tuesday essentially. So I don't mind that as much.
Yeah, that's not so bad.
She's done all that for me in the past. My turn to repay. More than happy to do it.
That's all right. My mum and dad turned around earlier on saying they're saying they were having an argument, and my dad couldn't get the words out. And I said, "What's the argument about, Mum?" She said, "I can't remember."
Yeah, that has similarities to the old school arguments that my mum and dad used to have when I lived there.
Mm-hmm.
They would just start shouting something simple, and then it just got out of control, and then you butt in, and you're like, "What's it all about?" And they're like, "Oh, right, can't actually remember."
It wasn't an argument like a full blown shouting match. It was a conversation argument, but
raise voices.
The sort of things when you get passionate about what you want to talk about, you know. So it's kind of like one of those arguments. It wasn't a bad one.
No, I didn't mean bad argument.
No, I want to make it clear that I wasn't meaning a bad argument either.
No, I thought what you meant. I think we should for the other people who don't think in our wavelengths, kind of thing.
Yeah, I know I know when people hear argument with some of the parents, they mean a big rammy. We don't mean that. We mean a conversation that's got to be heated. We don't mean...
that.
Yeah.
Indeed, yes. The YouTube gremlins have been at bay today. The only issue was starting the stream, basically.
Yeah, and it's been stuttery throughout, although the connection's been pretty strong at my end, so it's not been too bad. But
all in all,
I'm looking forward to looking at getting this new laptop. It's actually going to be a tower, because a laptop would cost about twice as much for the same power.
Oh yeah, scary how much it costs to condense it down.
Yeah, I mean, this is good enough. The one I've got is good enough for the general admin stuff and things like that, and it will still be used for the basic edits, but I want to get something more for the more powerful stuff. I want to do Deanstructors again. I want to do live streams fully healthy without much issue with the graphics. CPU's running at 100%. You probably hear the fan like Billy-O at the moment, which doesn't help. You probably hear it more because you're picking me up from the mic on the laptop, not through the tie mic. So you're probably hearing it more than the guys on live are. But I have heard, when I've been playing it back, I've been hearing it as well. Yeah, at least the YouTube gremlins are kept at bay. That's what you were talking about, right? Yeah, fair enough. Okay, no problem. I was wondering where you got that comment from, but it was from
yeah, sorry, you probably didn't.
It was from Robert.
Yes, it was from Robert.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you, Arthur. Also, if you like the channel as a whole, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit notification bell.
Bing! Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say substitute needed there because Fraser's not here, so you know when a new video comes out. General, it will be Sundays at 4 PM GMT. Next week is my visit to Dunblane Cathedral back in September for the vlog, and then we have the Six Facts and Robert II of Scotland the following Wednesday. The Doctor Who review this month is Knock Knock, the Peter Capaldi episode. And at the end of the month, it's the last of the Kidstructors recorded back in July with Sophia, Jamie and Fraser, which is a Button Moon. And my goodness, Fraser was having kittens at one point of that. We'll take it from there. But apart from that, yeah, don't forget, if you would like to help support the channel more and become more part of Teamstructor than just a hashtag, you can do so by going to the Patreon at patreon.com/Deanstructor. It starts from $1 a month. And the first tier, you get a name check at the end of the videos. Second tier, you get a preview a week in advance of the videos coming out to the channel. And you get sneaky peek videos for tier 3 as well. So check it out. Patreon.com/Deanstructor. Once again, Arthur, thank you very much. Thank you, Robert, for joining in for the whole video. It's nice to see you again. And hopefully Lynn makes an appearance next time round, or other people make an appearance. But if you are watching afterwards, obviously leave a comment down below. Let me know all the bits and pieces. And all the links to all the videos that have been shown today will be in the description later on this evening. But until then, guys, once again, Arthur, thanks, guys. Thanks very much.